Hey guys, it's Sue. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm building a tier 3 tiny house. I believe this house comes in at exactly 100 tiles. This is my favorite size house to build. I'm not a huge fan of the micro home because I feel like there's only so much that you can do with the shape of the house, and I really don't like having to play test as I go to make sure everything works, and it becomes very frustrating when things don't work. So the tier 3 is definitely my favorite because you can make a pretty good sized house with a tier 3, and they are so cute because I definitely prefer building smaller homes in The Sims rather than larger homes just because they don't take as long, and I think that they just look more homey, and I love using clutter and things like that. So this house is actually my most downloaded house on my Sims 4 gallery. It beat out a large family suburban home, which I can't exactly remember what it was called. I think it was like large blue suburban. That was my previously most downloaded. This is now taken first place on that, so woohoo. So I'm definitely going to probably build a lot more of the tier 3s. I don't know, they're such cute little houses. They're still small, they're still homey, they're fun to build, but they're not so annoying like the micro home where you have to completely play test like every little thing that you do to make sure it works, and you always have to go without something, whether it's like no sink in the bathroom, no couch in the living room, put the bed in the living room, or no dining room table, you have to put it outside. I can get everything into the house, and you can usually make these houses 2 or 3 bedrooms. They're very small bedrooms, but they're bedrooms nonetheless, and you can also, it's just a lot easier to play in this size house than it is in any other size house. I actually kind of got the idea from Evelyn YT. She made a tier 3 home for 100 baby challenge, and I think I might try to do that because it looks like a lot of fun to try to fit 8 beds and all the skill building things and entertainment for everybody. I think that would be a fun challenge, so I might do that coming up. So I do change the color of this house quite a bit. I'm glad I did, though. I like this tan color, I will say, but how it turns out, I used the gray tiles, which are really more of a bright white. I like the way that they look a little bit better. The one thing that I do not like about tiny living in the tiered houses is I don't like how the outside porches and things like that, if you add a foundation, count towards your tile count. I really wanted to put a front porch on this, but then it would have been too many tiles for the tier 3, so I end up just using terrain paint and some floor tiles and things like that, and not really putting a foundation on the house, just a very small one. I kind of wish that you could not count those. I know that there's ways to get around it and kind of cheat the system a little bit, but I'm too lazy to do something like that. So right now, working on the landscaping. I found the landscaping to be very easy for this because I usually raise up the foundation quite a bit, and then the landscaping items always do that thing where it jumps up and it drives me crazy. So landscaping this was actually kind of fun and kind of easy to do. This is my second voiceover for the day, and my other voiceover, if you listen to the Monday one, it's Thursday today. I'm actually recording these on Easter, and we are like literally in the middle of a winter storm warning, and it has been snowing since I got up this morning, and it's April 12th, and I really hope that by the time this video airs that it's all melted, because we had such beautiful weather this last week, and I'm kind of sad about it. Looking outside right now, it's a little bit depressing. I like looking at the summertime in this video because I wish it was summertime here. It definitely makes things a little bit easier with everything going on right now, not being able to leave the house. It really makes things better when I can go outside and sit on the patio and things like that. So anyway, still working on the outside of the house. The inside of the house, I have to tell a funny story. I cut it out. So, okay, I was doing the floor plan, and I totally was not looking. I did the above view, like the straight up view, to get the floor plan worked out and like what room I wanted to be, like the kitchen, the living room, the bathroom, etc. I did not realize I put that giant door on there, and I actually made the living room, which you'll see the living room in here. I actually first made that the kitchen, and I put in like all these cabinets and things like that, and the house is so small that I had to do the above view to do it, and I didn't realize that I was putting cabinets against a door, a giant door. It wasn't until I like took the top view off and scrolled around with the Sims 3 camera that I go, I just put cabinets in front of a door. Okay. And I realized I need to make that either move the door, which I wasn't about to do because I already did landscaping, or I need to switch the kitchen and the living room around. So that's what I ended up doing. I cut all of that out, but you will see when I do this, like, just keep in mind that they were actually reversed, the kitchen and the living room at one time. Thank God I actually caught that before I started like playtesting it and I was done with it, because I really would have been angry with myself if I would have gotten everything done and then would have had to like switch everything around. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I just wasn't thinking. It's kind of like how I always forget something, whether it's a mailbox or a bin, or I have literally forgot to put bathrooms in builds. I've heard a couple other simmers say that they forget stuff like that too. Evelyn is one of them. And I'm like, I'm glad it's not just me, because it's kind of embarrassing when you put something on the gallery and realize that you forgot something big. Usually I forget a mailbox or I forget a bin, but when you forget something like a bathroom, that's a little embarrassing. And then you're like, oh my God, you gotta like quick take it off the gallery. So anyways, I'm probably gonna end this voiceover now. Let me get my Instagram up here so I can tell you all the stats on this house. So this is available on my Sims 4 gallery, and it's called Tier 3 Family Home. My Sims 4 gallery ID is below. It's svelure, as well as the links to all my other social media if you want to follow me on there. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. I have content every Monday and Thursday. So anyways, this is the Tier 3 Family Home. Cost $61,590 simoleons, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. I use multiple packs in this build because I am bad at doing pack restricted builds, and so I hardly ever do them, and I apologize for that, but I do use a lot of tiny living stuff in this build. So anyways, I am going to close out with some music, and then I will see you guys on Monday.
I went by your house, what a big mistake. But for a while I thought that I wouldn't break. I need something else to clear my head, someone to tell me how to live instead. Just open your eyes and take my advice. Stop rolling the dice and just compromise. It's the chance of your life. Okay, try to be brave. You have so much to save. Take control of your own life. Right now, every mistake makes you feel like a fake. Take control of your own life. Without any thought, I keep moving on. I don't even care if my soul is gone. So many words that I should have said. Not concerned about how to live instead. Just open your eyes and take my advice. Stop rolling the dice and just compromise. It's the chance of your life. Okay, try to be brave. You have so much to save. Take control of your own life. Right now, every mistake makes you feel like a fake. Take control of your own life. Nothing in life is good. Tied in with